back last week.
Okay. We started going back, I want to say a couple weeks ago. Some people never left, but we had a big office clean on the 26th. So people, I think we're going to try to do a third, and a third. It's just all the summer camps from the kids so far have been canceled. The July ones remain to be seen, but most of the ones from now until July are canceled. So there's no place for the kids to go, which means someone's got to stay and work from home.
Yeah.
So I've gone in once or twice, but not for the full duration.
That's fair. Well, I'm ready when you guys are.
Go ahead.
All right, shall I call roll?
Yes, please.
Mr. Jewell,
Here.
Ms. Trabellis,
Here.
Mr. Dove,
Here.
Mr. McNulty,
Here.
and Mr. Doherty.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Awesome. Let's start with North Farms. So
Yep.
I have a motion to come back from recess for, oops, lost the number.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
CON-20-01.
A motion?
So moved.
Second.
okay, motion made by Mr. Dove to come back from recess for application number zone-20-01. Second by Ms. Trabellis. Those voting, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Ms. Trabellis,
Yes.
Mr. Dove,
Yes.
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
and Mr. Doherty.
Yes.
Okay. So the applicant's not here. It doesn't seem like it. I sent them the invite, but they did request the tabling. They are still trying to coordinate with the residents on some form of a compromise with them. I think they're having several issues with that. So they have been asked to table this application. They would prefer the tabling to be in mid-July. And if I'm looking at the calendar, it looks like July 21st would be the most acceptable one that they could work with, but I'll leave that for the board to decide.
Okay. Is that our normal scheduled day?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town that day.
I mean, yeah, so we haven't, based on regional planning's hearing, we haven't really had the official zoning commission hearing on this yet, since the first one was really open for public comment. We can ask Christine if she'd be willing to sit in on this, but unless Dustin, if you'd like to, we can look at a different date.
Well, my initial response was, since I wasn't at the first meeting, I shouldn't be hearing it. It should be whoever my replacement was.
Okay.
Because that's the way we've done it in the past. If you're here for the initial ones, you're there for the duration.
Sure.
We don't swap around since I missed that initial. And it's not like I was sick. I don't even have the material. I don't know how other people.
Multifamily apartments next to a residential area? How's that sound for you?
Like everything else around here?
Here's my question, Mark. Do we want them just to come in and do I don't know where people's heads are on this thing, but I don't want to have them do 13 more books and then us turn around and basically
Yeah.
get this thing to code.
I would have been prepared to take the temperature of the commission on the first meeting if we had the regional planning
Right.
recommendation.
Okay.
Technically, we need to consider it. And we haven't gotten it yet. Still haven't gotten it. So
We just got it today.
did we get it today?
Yeah.
For the apartments,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Did
we
we?
do
Oh, I'm
have
sorry.
that.
You're right.
Um,
You're right. It was the overlay we got.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
apartments was, I can forward that out to you all, but if I haven't already, but that was heard on the end of April.
So we do have it.
We do have it now, yes. And they did end up, and here, I'll share that since we're talking, since the application is open.
My guess is they approved it with changes.
It was interesting because the, staff recommended denial in March. And then it was brought to the commission and they recommended conditional approval. So,
Like they do for everything.
yes.
That's why I guess that they approved it with conditions.
Mhm.
That's what they always do.
Right. I mean, they did have several concerns. And I can share this with you all, but
I just don't know if there's a way we can do a pseudo informal. They come and do a pseudo informal presentation. We have the information and then Mark can do a temperature check. I know how many thousands of dollars go into these books and drawings and everything else. And I just don't want them to present that and then us all go, I don't think this is appropriate. And I don't know that like I said, what people are feeling. I just don't want to get to that point.
I cannot believe that there's going to be any compromise with the neighbors.
I don't believe so either. And that was, I originally wanted them to at least have this discussion since we didn't really get a chance for the board to check the temperature, like you say. But they were very adamant about reaching out to the residents.
Yeah, I would hate to pull the plug on them tonight because
Yeah.
we told them we weren't going to do anything because we didn't have regional planning's recommendation at the first meeting. So in the interim, we told them to go talk to the neighbors. And if that's what they're doing, I'd hate to pull the plug on them in the middle of that.
Yeah, no, I don't think you do it now, especially since they're not part of this meeting. But
I mean, we could easily do it at the next one.
I think you at least let them do a more of an informal than all new books. You know,
Okay.
come in with a drawing or something that they can share. Tell us what the community said.
Yeah.
Have one spokesperson again that was part of those meetings, and then Mark can take a temperature check.
Is the applicant willing to compromise and negotiate, or is it pretty much like line in the sand? We can't reduce density. We can't do various measures to reduce at least the number of diversions.
I think it's more the use in general,
Okay,
where it's located. And they're having problems apparently getting a residential developer to take that parcel, and this is their fallback.
okay. It's right. Is it along the railroad tracks or?
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Speaking to, actually there might be an image on this.
That
Christina.
was just my initial response. I have an idea where North Road is, so I assumed it was off of North Road. Okay.
I mean, I'm not convinced the residents are going to be in favor of something, but Todd, if I guess if it's okay with the board, if they do try to make some significant changes, maybe I'll just have them come back with a conceptual plan before we make them revisit all the texts and just see where the temperature's at.
That's what I would suggest.
Okay.
No, I think Todd's suggestion's a good one. I agree. I would rather not have them spend all the money to have everything turned down. I think,
Okay.
Todd, that's great.
I just know, I know what that drawing alone right there that you're showing costs. So for them to go through that whole process again, I don't think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe I can even just have them list some of the changes they're even willing to do based on conversation that they had with the residents, and if it, see if it's worth it, we'll can talk from there too. So I'll make sure we don't get all new binders since we really haven't reviewed the first one.
Yeah, obviously this was developed with or zoned with the other side of North Road.
Mhm.
And all those people bought those houses expecting that to be homes.
Mhm.
I can't see them not raising hell if we were to approve apartments there.
Yeah, I mean, and those are high-end homes. I can't imagine them, like you said, Mark, wanting all of a sudden to change. Sure, we'll have apartments across the street.
We're gonna have enough of this along 23.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's,
It is apartments, I'm assuming, as opposed to the, what do they want to call them? Empty nester housing, EPCON type thing.
Apartments.
Yeah,
These are apartments.
so they're definitely apartments.
oh, yeah. Well, you can see the
The rent.
picture
That's
there.
what it looks like. I just wanted to.
But they're right down the street from the schools, but they aren't gonna have any kids living here.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Well, I'll work with the applicant. Like Dustin's not unable to come to the July 21st one. That seemed like that was the one they were suggesting. So if anything, I would just push it further back. I don't think that they want to be ready earlier in July. Let me see what the next Tuesday is.
I think we should have 5 people at the one that we're gonna take.
Yeah. What about July 28th?
Grab my calendar, excuse me.
That'll work for me.
That's good for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Adam jumped in earlier, and Adam, you were a part of this. Are you able to be there on the 28th of July?
The 28th?
Yes.
I'm checking. I probably will be available, but let me just, yeah, I'm good. I'm good for the 28th.
Okay.
And if you need me, I'll be available. The 21st, I was actually supposed to go on vacation, but I believe that has since been canceled
Okay.
because of COVID-related events.
Michelle, is there a date when we would start meeting in person again in mind, or not right now?
We've been talking, well, for this application now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I think you know why I was asking, just because we had so many
Yeah.
people in the first meeting.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, again, it's up to the board. If we do the 21st, Dustin would not be participating, and Christine could potentially, if we do the 28th, we would have Dustin, as he was part of the first meeting on this.
Let's go ahead and do the 28th.
Okay,
Try to get the 5 that heard the first time.
okay.
I feel that would be better. I mean, I'm willing to pitch in. I have the time right now, but I think for continuity, it's better to have the originals, people who heard the application.
Okay. Adam, since you were, we actually have a full quorum, so I'm not gonna have you at part of the voting for this, just because you came in a little late, but I hope you stay and we can still have discussion. I just only have 5 votes, so.
Okay.
So if we can get,
So we want to recess to the 28th, right?
yes.
So we have a motion to recess ZON-20-01 for North Farms Development to Tuesday, July the 28th via Zoom.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made by Mr. McNulty to table application number zone-20-01 to Tuesday, July 28th. And that'll be held in virtual matters via Zoom. Second by Mr. Doherty. Those voting, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Dove,
Yes.
Ms. Trabellis,
yes,
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
and Mr. Doherty.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Mark, if I may just touch on the next one.
Sure.
So this was oversight from staff. The trustees have initiated minor amendments to the zoning resolution that I'd like the zoning commission to review. It is in regards to 2 changes. that I believe I have sent you, and I'm happy to send that again. Again, the oversight on staff was that we did not forward it to regional planning in time for their last meeting. So it does need to be tabled until after regional planning hears these minor amendments. And I apologize for that. Just to give a little high overview, I'm sure everybody knows the pool has been an issue. So our zoning code is really restrictive on swimming pools. And we've been getting a lot of complaints and concerns. Essentially says anything with water in it has to have a 5-foot fence. And so a kiddie pool, for instance, would have to have a 5-foot fence. So we're looking to change that and kind of reflect on what Genoa and Liberty Township are doing right now and rely on the HOAs and the Delaware County Building Code for the safety standards.
Okay.
So that just high level on that, I'm happy to discuss that if anyone has questions offline, but I would like to table that until after the regional planning hears it, and that would be on regional planning will hear that on June 25th, so would need to be after that.
Did we set a formal meeting for this, or is it just popping up?
I added this on the agenda.
I mean, I know it's on the agenda. Is there a formal meeting that was publicized?
This what there yes, here's the where is my legal notice? I had it up. This was published for a meeting. Again, I'll republish it because again, this was an error on our end, but
Do we need to
I can read the legal notice.
actually, do we need to call in a new meeting for this? Take attendance?
Oh, for a new roll call?
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary now.
Okay. Well, yeah, you better read the legal notice so it's in the record, and then we'll table it to the date certain.
Okay. Notice is hereby given that the Orange Township Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing on proposed amendments to the Orange Township zoning resolution initiated by resolution number 20-218 of the Board of Township Trustees adopted on May 18th, 2020. The amendments would modify or supplement sections 12.06 subsection M, section 13.06 subsection M, section 14.07 subsection P, and section 21.05 subsection C of the Orange Township zoning resolution. This hearing is held in virtual matters on Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020 at 7 p.m. The Zoom link is as follows, and they can also tune in on the Orange Township YouTube channel.
Michelle, before we go any further, we better call a roll because we've got 6 people here. We need to make sure we're clear who the 5 are going to be coming back on this one.
Okay.
Is it going to be the 5 permanent members, or is it?
I mean, we have the 5 regular members here, and I would like, we typically ask for them to be the ones, we would ask them as the first priority. So
Let's decide that before we go any further. So that's the 5 that come back when we reset this.
In that case, I request that you send, I do not believe I received the amendments via email.
okay.
So if you could send them to me.
If you could just send them out generally again anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I looked at
Yeah.
the sections, so I knew they were part of the development stuff, and I saw the pool section.
Okay.
So is this going to be me, Adam, Dennis, Christine, and Todd?
Yes, and so Dustin, I'll have you sit out this discussion, if that's okay.
Sit out of this discussion?
Yes.
Okay,
Stay.
will do.
Yeah, you can stay, but just wait. Well,
Okay.
I'm not going to be including you in the roll call.
Okay,
You'll need to approve the minutes you attended.
Yes.
sure. I'm not going anywhere just yet.
Everybody will be accounted for tonight's meeting, so thank you. All I almost had Barrett come too, and I was like, I think we have too many. So, okay, so let me call roll for opening this hearing, and then we'll table it, correct?
Okay,
Okay. Mr. Jewell,
here.
Mr. Pahovich,
Here.
Mr. Bellis,
Here,
Mr. Dove,
Here.
and Mr. McNulty.
Here,
All right, go ahead. I figure we better be formal about that.
Yeah. So as far as the, again, regional planning's hearing it on June 25th, we'll want their recommendation. So the earliest we could do it is Tuesday, June 30th. Or if we want to, there was a reason why we didn't pick July, oh no, we do have July 7th as a regular meeting too.
June 30th?
or July 7th. Either work for me.
I'm good with either.
Either is fine.
Yeah.
Adam, is that okay with you? I don't know if I heard.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if I had mute on. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I would like to do June 30th then, so I can get that through the trustees early. Or
So this is resolution 20-218.
yes.
Okay. So can I have a motion to recess the consideration of the amendments to the zoning code resolution 20-2018 till Tuesday, June the 30th at Orange Township Hall or via virtual?
So moved.
Well, actually, I'm sorry, Mark, before we question that, I mean, is the board comfortable having meetings in person? Or, I mean, it's kind of, so the Open Meetings Act is essentially available until the end of this year. You know, as far as a hearing like this goes, I'm happy to hold it in person. I don't think we're gonna get much attendance, but
I'm happy to do it virtual. If that's what you prefer.
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to stay under 10 people with 5 board members, so.
This one's probably not so hard, but
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to bring that up, but if okay with doing it virtually.
This is just my take. I personally would get confused as remembering which ones I'm supposed to be doing by Zoom and which ones I'm supposed to be showing up at if we keep skipping back and forth.
okay.
Okay.
So I would just, if most of them are going to be by Zoom, merely because we're worried about the 10 people.
Well, then let's plan to do virtual until further notice on all cases. There you go.
That work?
That's sort of just me,
That's fine.
just to be on the safe side.
I'm sorry, so if we could redo that motion, I apologize for that.
So a motion to recess the zoning code amendments from resolution 20-218 till Tuesday, June the 30th via, how are we describing this? Via Zoom?
Or in virtual matters, yeah, that's fine.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made by Mr. Pahovich to recess zoning resolution amendments by resolution number 20-218 to Tuesday, June 30th, 2020 at 7 p.m. in virtual matters via Zoom. Second by Ms. Rellis. Those voting, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Pahovich,
Yes.
Ms. Trabellis,
yes.
Mr. Dove,
Yes.
and Mr. McNulty.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you. And then I do have a few minutes I'd like to wrap.
Who are the 5 that are going to be approving these?
I probably would just suggest Christine to opt out since,
I would suggest as well.
Okay.
I did not attend these.
So I'll do a new roll call.
Okay.
So roll call for minutes, or reviewing pending zoning commission minutes, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Pahovich,
Yes.
Mr. Dove,
Yes.
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
and Mr. Doherty.
Yes.
All right. So first, let's consider the minutes for February 19th, which was the public hearing on the US 23 overlay. I know I had one comment on line 360. It says a Polaris Parkway should become of Polaris Parkway.
Okay. Did you have any others?
That was the only one I noticed.
On line 60,
Oh, this, yeah, I saw that.
I think we can have 997.
I made note of that too.
Like in that case, why are my taxes keep going up?
Yes.
Were there-
There was another number one that I noticed too. I think this meant to be 1,000 as opposed to 100,000 residents in the community. Unless there's more growth than I was expecting. Let's see. What was the other one? I'm sorry. On line 184, Holly Maddie, her last name is spelled Mattei.
I mean, there were a couple spelling things, but I wasn't worried about those.
Yeah.
Just a second.
While you're right there, Michelle, on 434, I said we can go down these rabbit holes, not radicals.
Okay. Good one. Rabbit holes for line.
Yeah, rabbit holes.
And then line 419, there was also just a grammar error. Stakeholder meetings were held, not had. Let's see if I have anything else. That's all I had.
Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Let's have a motion to approve the minutes for February 19th, 2020 as amended.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Oh, wow.
Just pick someone, Michelle.
Yeah, dealer's choice, Michelle. I think we all said it.
All right. I'll give that to Dustin. Who seconded that one?
Adam.
Okay, thank you. Motion made by Mr. Doherty to approve zoning commission minutes from February 19th, 2020 in regards to the US 23 overlay as amended. Second by Mr. Pahovich. Those voting, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Pahovich,
Yes.
Mr. Dove,
Yes.
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
and Mr. Doherty.
Yes.
Okay.
So next are the minutes from May 5th for Nova Lands. I just glanced at them quickly and didn't notice anything wrong. Anybody else have comments?
None for me.
Relatively short
Yeah.
discussion, approval at that point. So. Did you have anything, Michelle?
Yeah, line 71, it's just the first part of that. I know that's my concern. It's just
Okay.
something that was forgotten. And then And this should be and adding to the parentheses, smart siding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's all I have.
Okay. Any other comments? So hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended from May 5th, 2020 for, what was that? ZON-19-07.
Yes.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made by Mr. McNulty to approve zoning commission member minutes from May 5th, 2020 of application number zone-19-07 of Nova Lands as amended. Second by Mr. Pahovich. Those voting, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Pahovich,
yes.
Mr. Dove,
Same.
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
and Mr. Doherty.
Yes.
Finally, we have the minutes from May 19th for Turkey Hill, which is ZON dash, was it 19?
02.
19-02, man, that's been around forever. That's another short one because that was just a
Table.
table.
I didn't have any comments.
I think there's more more length of approving minutes that,
Yeah.
And most of the discussion on the last Turkey Hills, right?
oh, no comments?
Nope.
No.
Okay. So can I have a motion to approve the minutes from May 19th, 2020 for application ZON-19-02 TH Midwest Inc.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made by Mr. McNulty to approve zoning commission minutes from May 19, 2020 of application number zone-19-02 of Turkey Hill signage amendment. Second by Mr. Pahovich. Those voting, Mr. Jewell,
Yes.
Mr. Pahovich,
yes.
Mr. Dove,
Same.
Mr. McNulty,
Yes.
and Mr. Doherty.
Yes.
All right.
That's all I have. Turkey Hill did come in today. So.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we're hopefully moving forward with that.
So is it my understanding that Jeff is going to drop books off or?
Yes.
Okay,
If that's okay with everybody.
that is perfectly acceptable.
Okay.
I didn't think y'all's office was open on a regular basis to pick them up. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's not. And I think we're at least keeping our office closed throughout June.
Okay,
I mean, I'm here most of the time, but if you guys reach out to me, I can.
all right. No, it's fine. Y'all know where I live. I'm assuming so you can just drop it off my doorstep. I'll be here. Or at least my husband and the kids will be here if I'm not.
Well, that's all I have for the agenda. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
and we're adjourned.
We are adjourned.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.